think you're the one who has to start it.
Oh, I started? I thought you started.
Oh, I started? I thought you started.
Mm, let's play rock, paper, scissors for it.
Oh, are you recording already?
I'm
Because I don't
recording
see the
already.
recording button. Oh, do I not get to see the recording button?
I don't think you've ever get to see the recording button.
I did that one time. Okay, okay, okay. I thought you were. Wait, I thought it was quiet. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is the U.S. Market Podcast, where we're watching Juan's 401k drop to the bottom,
Sinking to
sinking
record
every
lows.
single day. Record lows, and guess what? More record lows.
But you know what's not a record low? Race weekend. It's a
Race
record high.
weekend. I feel like it's been so long since we've gotten another one. I hate these in-betweeners.
Mm-hmm.
I want one every weekend. I want 45 races a year. I want them to have like 18 engine swaps and like just burn so much fuel. But anyways, welcome back, folks. Today we're talking about the Turkish Grand Prix. One of my favorite tracks, honestly, and I'm so sad they don't run it enough. And hell, it got into this month because people kept dropping out because of COVID-19. But
Yeah,
it's a really cool track.
we're actually supposed to be at in
Singapore.
Japan, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
It's
Singapore?
yeah, it's Singapore. I
I
don't know how
thought
to
it
say
was at Suzuka, which is the Japanese track. Let
it.
me
No,
check that.
it was yeah, this race was re-added because of the Singapore GP.
Suzuka is Japan.
And Singapore is in
Singapore.
Singapore. Yeah, we're pretty smart over here. We're
We're
if you
American.
this is also a history podcast and a geography podcast.
Did you see the new Red Bull livery for that they were supposed to show at the Japanese Grand Prix that they're going to be releasing?
No, I didn't see it.
So they on their socials they kind of did like a sneak peek preview, and it's all white and it's got like red. I don't know if it's got Red Bulls on it. I think it has Red Bulls on it that are supposed to look kind of like dragons on it. And it's a tribute to Honda because they're going to be leaving this year.
So it's some kind of cultural appropriation. That's what
Exactly.
you're getting at.
Exactly. And it looks they haven't shown like a full picture of it, but it does look pretty badass like the little snippets that we've seen from it.
I wonder if they're even going to do it.
I wonder if what do you remember when Mercedes they were all wearing the I think it was in Hockenheim. They were all wearing like German outfits, and then they did absolutely garbage that weekend. Like it was like the worst weekend for Mercedes.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case for Red Bull.
No, I don't think it is. If we're talking about history from the Turkish Grand Prix, there isn't a whole lot. It was built up in 2005, 2004, and they had a few races all the way up until 2012 until the Turkish government said, the FIA and the Turkish government were at odds with money, of course, as the FIA always likes to do, and they canceled it for a while, and basically the only reason it's coming back is because it's an extra track. When 2020 and 2021 this year, when COVID-19 was raging, a lot of places, had travel restrictions, and the Turkish Grand Prix was like, hey, we'll do it. We don't care. But it's a really fun track. It's got a lot of elevation changes, a super fast turn with four apexes in the turn. And I mean, it's really cool to watch, especially on the front cameras where they're just going like 150 miles an hour, taking apex after apex.
Yeah, the track is called Intercity Istanbul Park. It's got two DRS zones. One is it looks actually really tiny, and then the other one looks pretty moderate. First Grand Prix was in 2005. Number of laps 58. I always like lower laps because that means it's a longer circuit.
Yeah,
And
it's
this,
3.3 miles.
yeah, that's pretty nuts. And the race distance for the total 58 laps, I think is going to be 192 miles again. So lots of racing.
It'll be a solid hour and a half, 2 hours of racing. It's not going to go by as fast as you think, but I mean, this is quick. This is a quick track. A lot of it comes down to how fast you're willing to take those corners. And teams with high downforce, they're going to take advantage of it. Oh yeah, a little about this track. Previous winners for going more modern, at least in the Formula One hybrid era, it's only been Lewis Hamilton, which last year was a crazy race with the rain and the track just being absolutely covered in water. So many spins.
Hmm.
People who tried to overtake on the outside were just hitting huge puddles of water. I mean, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess of a race, but it was interesting to watch. And this year, who knows if the forecast stays steady, it's going to be a wet qualifying and maybe
Oh,
starting out on intermediates on Sunday.
yeah, I watched the race from last week or last year on the F1 TV app, and I watched like the 30-minute review of it, and it looked like there was a lot of dirt on the track along with the rain, so it was just like super messy, and it was just really hard to keep the car on the track. So one fact for this year is that they actually water blasted the track ahead of the weekend, and so the FIA has confirmed that it's been water blasted, and this the intention of this is so that there could be an increased grip on the track, and so even if it does rain, it's not going to be as dramatic as it was last year, because I remember last year there was just spin outs and people crashing into each other because they couldn't brake all the entire race essentially.
Yeah, because I remember watching this live last year. Maybe not live, but like the day of. And I remember Verstappen taking an outside, trying to go around somebody. He hits the warning tracks, the green, and immediately just spins.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's only one dry line in that track when they've been racing for so long, and he tries to take the outside of the guy and just immediately hits a huge puddle of water and just spins out. And it was pretty crazy to watch. Bottas had 3 or 4 spins
Yeah.
last year. I mean,
Yeah.
it was bad, but water blasting will help. It'll add a lot of texture to the track.
For sure. Yeah, so that
Yeah, you still got to watch out for the dirt, and if it does rain hard on Sunday, there's going to be a lot of puddles.
yeah, and according to the forecast, it seems like it might be raining today. It's going to calm down until maybe Saturday and Sunday, and they've both got less than like 60% chance of precipitation, which shouldn't be too bad. Actually, I'm lying. Saturday, 80% precipitation. Sunday, we're looking at 60. So we're probably looking at a wet qualifying and a not so wet race.
We're looking at George Russell starting P3
Yeah.
and immediately going to P11.
To P11
That's
after
what
the
we're
first
seeing.
four turns.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I love qualifying in the rain because it really does mix up the track and
Hmm.
it gives people a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of those, like McLaren, Ferrari, Alpine, maybe they would have been in the back of the grid, but now they're up towards the top five positions.
And a lot of the teams learned from last week is, what kind of strategies you're going to do if it does start raining in the middle of the day on Sunday, in the middle of the race. They can be prepared for intermediate changes, tire changes, seeing where the rain is, getting in early, because I know McLaren does not want to repeat last race.
Yeah. Poor McLaren. They really had that win in the bag and unfortunately just made the wrong call. I think they gambled on it. So hopefully, hopefully we can see some drama like that happen, because I think that kind of stuff keeps the races interesting. It does really suck though when it sabotages a race win for somebody that's not Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we got a good weekend ahead of us.
Well, come on. Who do you think is gonna? Let's just start with qualifying. Who do you think is gonna take qualifying? Provisional poll.
Qualifying, provisional poll. I've got a pretty good feeling that Max is going to be taking pole. A track like this really does suit the Red Bull. It's got a lot of straight, or not a lot of straight, but it's got a lot of windy bits in it. A lot of areas where it needs a good grip, and so I think Red Bull is going to be in a really good position. And when I say Red Bull, I mean Max Verstappen to take pole.
Well,
Now,
you know that. Sorry to interrupt, but you know that the Mercedes car is a little wider than the Red Bull cars. Just enough wider, enough more wheelbase that it actually does have more grip. But Red Bull has been faster in the straights all year long.
hmm,
So it will be interesting to see. I mean, that's just how the car is set up.
yeah,
But I mean, both. I mean, it, I say wider. It's like not much wider, but it is enough to show by tenths of a second that Red Bull has a faster car in the straights.
yeah, change the dynamics of the car a bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think we're looking at a Max pole. What about you? Who do you think is going to take pole?
Oh, I'd love to see Max. If it's gonna be rain, I have a feeling it could be somebody weird. I think it could be Ferrari's been performing really well. I'm sure we're going to see a Ferrari car in the top three. I don't know how McLaren's going to do. It's so hard to tell with tracks like this because there's not a whole lot of history behind it, at least in the modern
Yeah,
Formula One cars. Because 2020 was like so random.
yeah.
I mean, you can't. That's the outlier of statistics. But if I had to put my money somewhere, I'd say Ferrari's going to be top three. I'd love to see Verstappen number one. Hamilton and Bottas, they're definitely going to be really competitive.
Yeah,
I mean,
top five, I
it's
would say, for
coming
them.
down to these two teams are going to be at each other's throats. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if we see contact if they're racing each other at the start.
You know, I've been kind of thinking about it, and what I would like for there to be, and maybe this is a weird want, right? But I would like for them to touch each other, but just ruin each other races and not take each other out. So like, they touch, they both spin out. Now they're both in dead last, and they're trying to fight to get back up to 10th place for that one single point.
That would be pretty funny. It is interesting that you say I'd love to see them touch each other. You're looking for the Max Verstappen OnlyFans?
I'm actually already subscribed to the Lewis Hamilton OnlyFans.
I'm sure he has one. It would not surprise me at all. It's just pictures of him without his shirt on. Even though that's what he does on
That's what he
Instagram.
does. Yeah, that's what he does
Yeah.
all the time on Instagram.
Yeah, but now people just pay for it.
Race wise, what do you think?
Race wise, I think Red Bull is going to take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Constructors wise, I think Red Bull's. I have a feeling Perez is finally going to get his act together.
I was about to say the same. I think it might be a double podium for Red Bull.
That'd be awesome to see.
Yeah.
I mean, because from what I've been seeing, I haven't seen any penalties. There's no grid place penalties right now for the Red Bull team. Hopefully there won't be any huge malfunctions during Saturday or big damage. But I think they can drive a really good race. This track, Verstappen was very aggressive last year. He was taking those fast sweeping turns really well, even in the rain. Hamilton, though, I mean, he started last year in sixth on intermediates and finished. I mean, he ran over half the race on one set of tires on intermediates, and he ended up getting first. So he knows the track well. He knows it in the rain, especially now. And with even more grip, he could just be even faster.
Lance
So it's,
Stroll was the one that got pole position last time, and unfortunately his tires ran out, and so he had to pit and kind of sabotage this race.
yeah, a lot of pit errors that race too. A lot of 5, 6, 7 second pits that just, I mean, when it's coming down and you have somebody behind you, it's crucial. But this is the Turkish, I mean, this is the track that Lewis Hamilton won his world championship on last year.
Okay.
He got first, and he
Secured his
basically no, yeah,
championship.
he secured it. Nobody could get more points after that.
Oh wow. So I guess that doesn't even. It's crazy how different it is last year from this year. The fact that they're still neck and neck. They're only 2 points away from each other. I think it's like 246.5 versus 244.5. They're super close. I think we're going to be going down until the last race for this championship.
My real wishes is that they keep this track up. I know from what I've been reading is that like Turkey doesn't have a crazy big F1 fan base. I'm sure it's large enough to fill the seats, but the Turkish government believes they just don't make enough money from it. And this wasn't going to be a race, but since of COVID restrictions, this is one of the few places they were allowed to. Because yeah, it was supposed to be the Canadian Grand Prix, which Canada's strict entry restrictions pretty much pushed that off, and now it's going to be this one. And then it got canceled again, but the Singapore canceled, and now it's going to be this one again. I hope they do it in 2022. I really like the track. I know the Turkish government probably doesn't want to pay out like $15 million just to have a race weekend here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. I don't have $15 million either.
I mean, I want to go to Turkey one day. I really like their cuisine. So, I mean, if they keep having it, it would be a reason to go. I could combine the two trips, go see an F1 race, go eat some really good food,
I'm sure it's nice over there, but
go with
Turkey
Salt Bae.
definitely every decade or so they have some turmoil and an overthrown government and a military coup. So
Salt Bae.
Yeah, they have Salt Bay. If you want to go pay $15 for a
Soda.
can of Red Bull at his restaurant.
Yeah. In terms of predictions for winners, I think it's going to be one of the Red Bulls. It's going to be one of the Mercedes. Podium, though, I think we are going to see a surprise podium. We're not going to have the typical Verbot. I think we're going to see something. I think we might see a Paris podium, and we might see one of the McLarens in a podium position too,
Well,
or if not
Perez
the
got
Ferrari.
second last year
Yeah, he
in
did.
Racing Point.
He drove a really great race,
Yeah.
but that was in that Mercedes copycat car that was really good.
I'd argue that he's in a better car now.
That's true. He is in a better car now. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to jinx it. Every time I say Perez is going to do good, he ends up just flopping. So hopefully we just get a good race. That's what I'm hoping for, with a little bit of rain spice added to it.
Look, here's my big prediction. Saturday is going to be a shit show. I have no idea. Sunday it's going to be Verstappen, Hamilton, and Perez.
Ooh. Okay.
That's what I'm calling.
I like that.
I think McLaren's going to be mixed in with Ferrari, and they're just going to be fighting it out because it's been like race after race that they've just been so back and forth. And
All right.
everybody else is going to play catch up. But I do think Williams is going to qualify really well.
Yeah, they'll probably finish in the points again because they've been beating out teams like Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri, so they're
Yeah.
doing something right. So I guess we'll see. We'll maybe make a post qualifying video. We'll definitely do a post race video. Yeah, like I said, hopefully we just get a good race and get a little spice of rain in it.
Oh, yeah, I'll be watching this race live. I'll get up for it. I don't have work.
Nice. 7 a.m. Here we come.
7 a.m.